membo, yeto yenene meguru, membo, yeto yenene meguru, membo yenene meguru, membo, yeto yenene meguru, membo, yetu yenene meguru, membo yenene. That was the first song I ever learned. I was probably about 3. It's a prayer, and it's a Nama prayer, which is the indigenous people of Namibia, and it's a blessing. It just says, you'll be guided from above, from heaven, on earth. So it's just a nice blessing. Anyway, I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming. This is quite overwhelming. I'm foreign, as you obviously can tell. So if you don't understand anything, I'm sorry. Just a few things. Just switch your cell phones off if you don't mind. You can leave in moments if you want, but I will be asking you who that is calling. Just a few things. There's a few people I actually want to just thank, if you don't mind. I want to thank David and Scott Bullitt, who unfortunately can't be here. Actually, I've never met them, and they contacted me on Facebook and said, how can we help you to come and sing in Tampa? And they actually helped me to get to this space. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. The other person I want to thank is Bob, who's made my travels and accommodation fantastic and helped us to get here, and actually helped my husband to get here as well. And then the last person is my fantastic accompanist, who's very funny and is incredible, and it's David Matthews. I want to thank Studio at 620 as well for allowing me to be able to sing here. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Just a quick, this is going to be a little bit of a history lesson as well, and a bit of a lesson as to what this is all about in the singing. I'm what you call a countertenor. Now what you just heard was me singing in my tenor voice. Countertenor is just the ability to sing really high, like a girl. There's 3 different types of countertenor voices. There's a high voice, which is usually sort of a soprano range, a medium voice, which is a mezzo-soprano range, and a lower voice, which is an alto range. Now I have a mezzo-soprano voice, it's a little bit sort of medium-high, which is strange because I look the way I look, I guess. The first piece of music I'm going to sing is a piece by Vivaldi, and it's the Stabat Mater. It was Vivaldi was employed by a girls' school, and the piece was originally written for the girls' school. It consists of 9 pieces. Now, if you're religious, you can think of this as a religious piece, but I want you guys to think a little bit out the box. Think of this as not necessarily Mary weeping at Jesus' cross, but think of this as a mother weeping at the child's grave or at the bedside of a loved one. Rather think like that than necessarily religious. If you want to think religious, that's okay. I'm happy with that. That's how I think about it. So it first was written for a girls' choir, and then later on it was revised, and it was actually written for castrati singers. In the Baroque times and even till the early 1900s, there were still castrati singers around. Now, you all know what castrati singers are. Snip. No, I'm not. Still but what happened was, in those days, that's the singers that they used in the concerts, in the churches, in singing in all the operas, and they were really, really famous. These guys were exceptionally famous, and a lot of the music was written specifically for these people. So now these days there's lots of countertenors, and there's actually people who are able to sing really, really high, who can actually emulate a lot what these guys used to do. So that's sort of for a very long time in the early 1900s till very recently, they actually used a lot of female singers to actually sing the roles of what these men used to sing. And in the last sort of 20 years, there's a lot of countertenors that actually paved the way for people like me to actually do this. Just a quick other note, I've only recently discovered I can sing like this, so this is very recent for me, and I've been very fortunate that lots of things have happened since this discovery. And I'm going to Italy in November, so this is really what this concert is about. It's just to help me fund being able to get to Italy and being able to sing for some conductors. So thank you very much once again. I've been drinking a lot of water. break, a little break now, and then we'll come back for a second group, which is not so, a little bit more second. The next aria I'm going to sing is Lascia Ch'io Pianga, It's from the opera Rinaldo, and it was originally written for a different opera, and it's been reworked and revised and redone. It was actually an opera that was written very, very quickly because Handel, I suppose, was lazy, and he borrowed and used different things from different arias and from other works. So it was actually put together very quickly, and the opera is all about the liberation of Jerusalem. So it's sort of set in about 1099, and the aria is originally written for soprano, and so it should actually be sung by a female. But it has been revised and turned around, and it's been popularized actually by the castrati singer in those days. So it became a male aria. So this is Lascia ch'io pianga, and I'm singing about the sorceress I'm in love with somebody, and the sorceress has made herself look like me, and my beloved has said to the sorceress that I'm in love with you, and now she's just lamenting, and she's just saying, what's the word? Oh Lord, have pity, let me weep. So she's actually very, very sad, which is what all the operas are about. Okay, the next song is called Dove Sei. It's from the opera Rodelinda. Once again, it's a Handel opera. The interesting thing about those times was, I don't know, people who know music, a lot of the music that was written it's what they call a sandwich. So you have the first bit that sound that you sing of the aria is the same as the last bit that you sing. So you sing one bit. How do you explain
B
it?
section.
Sorry,
B,
you have an A and a B section. So you have an A section, then the B section, then you go back to the A section. And most of the operas in those times was also written in 3 acts. And quite interestingly enough, a lot of these operas were also set that the first act and the third act usually takes place at the same place, and the middle act is usually somewhere else. So it's quite interesting that it sort of resembles like that, the music as well as the actual opera. There you go. There, wow. Okay, now the next opera is called Rodelinda. The original is said Rodelinda Regina delle Bongardi. So it's the Queen of the Lombards. So this is actually is set roughly in the 7th century, and during the time of where the King of the Lombards will reign, and it's the history of that time. And this is towards the end of the first act. Once again, somebody was in love with someone, and didn't like that, and now I'm singing the aria of Berta Rizzo. I write lots of stuff, you know. I have no idea what I'm so sorry. But it was Rodelinda thinks that that his beloved is committing infidelity. Is that the correct way to say it? Sorry, I'm foreign. I don't speak English. And she's very saddened by it. So he's actually just trying to convince her that he loves her. Dove sei amato bene. The next one's in English, so go for it. This is from the opera Semele. In sort of the 1740s, Handel wrote a lot of oratorio, and this actually started out as an oratorio, and then it became an opera. I wrote lots here. Juno disguises herself, and she actually seeks the help of Somnus. Now this is where it gets really funny. And she promises him the nymph Pasiphae if he helps her. So she's a pimp, really, actually, if you think about it. Yeah. She said, I'll give you this one if you help me with this. Anyway, so what happens is she tells Semele that she must convince Jupiter to make love to her in his godlike features. And he warns her, well, this is not going to work out very well. And she's insistent on this, and it happens, and she burns because Jupiter is a god of sun or fire. So she actually burns and she dies. Yes, and so that doesn't happen very well. And right towards the end, I don't know why, but Jupiter goes, oh well, I made love to her. Now there's another god called Bacchus, the god of wine. So it's really funny how you make love and then you drink some wine afterwards. I don't know. So this aria is in the second act, and Jupiter is trying to convince Semele, who's worried of her immortality, and he's saying to her, wherever you walk, I will walk with you. That's more or less what he's trying to say to her, and she mustn't worry, he loves her for who she is. So this is where the aria is, wherever you walk. Sorry, I'll talk a lot.
Shall grow into
piece of music is Ombra Mai Fu, and in your yeah, it talks about a plant. So what happens in the aria is, this is from the opera Xerxes or Xerxes, and it's the opening aria. What happens is Xerxes, who's a king. This is the last piece by Handel. Yeah, this is the last piece by Handel. So this is from the opera Alcina. Alcina is a sorceress, and the aria is by Ruggiero, who is a knight, and this aria is the first aria in the second act. Oh man. Like you. about Orfeo and Eurydice. I don't know if you all know the myth of Orfeo. Orfeo's wife, the first act starts with Orfeo at the grave of his wife, and he is very sad that she's passed away. And Amore, or Cupid, comes to him and says to him, well, you can get her back if you go to the underworld. However, when you come up, you're not allowed to look at her, because otherwise she dies again. So he's very happy about this, and he makes plans, and he goes down to the underworld, and he finds her. And on his ascent back up from Hades, he lets go of her hand, unfortunately. And she asks him, why are you letting go of my hand? What's happened? And he doesn't want to look back at her because he's scared. And she starts to wonder, well, you know, you're not looking at me, and I can't understand this. Do you not love me anymore? Did you find somebody else? And just at the very last moment, he looks back to try and grab her hand, and she dies. And this aria is about this. He's singing about his grief. So this is all very grief-stricken. The second last song is for my own indulgence. Everybody probably knows the German Ich liebe dich. Everybody knows that means I love you? Okay. So this is for my husband. Because I love him. Thank you. Ich liebe dich so, wie du mich am Abend und am Morgen noch morgen even Sondheim from Into the Woods. I don't know if you all know, but Into the Woods is sort of it's sort of intertwined. Well, yeah, sort of intertwines a lot of the Brother Grimm fairy tales. So there's Cinderella, and Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, Rapunzel. So there's quite a lot of stories that actually intertwine. The No One Is Alone is quite towards the end of the actual show, and Cinderella's actually Cinderella's. Anyway, this is before that fairy godmother. Cinderella's singing it, and it's about no one is alone. There's always somebody there, and there's always people around. Now, I don't know if you all know, but I try and get involved with a lot of anti-bullying work. So a lot of the concerts I've been singing at is all about anti-bullying, and this is sort of, I suppose, a really lovely song to sing at all these places and to make people aware of bullying and to make people or kids and adults that are being bullied that, you know, there's always something there for you, or someone there for you. So I enjoy singing this because it's dear to my heart, and I would like to somehow pay it forward, and this is my homage to that and to the cause of anti-bullying. So yeah, I'll do my best to look as pretty as Cinderella.